Hello everyone, welcome back to ATM7 to the Sky. As you can see, I've been pretty busy between episodes. I've been building this out. It's gonna eventually be Laputa from the Castle in the Sky movie. But obviously I gotta put out videos and stuff, so it's a work in progress. Hopefully, at least by the end of the series, it'll be done. I also got some villagers from um, zombified villagers. I moved my tree farm over there. I'm using these for disenchantment, these simple graves, because that's every time I trade with a wandering trader, I get a new tool that I would like to disenchant, and then I put it into my enchantment library that I was using last episode. As you can see, there's a lot of different enchants here. Let's see what else we got here. So this is the interior. Another portal didn't really move. I got a couple bees set up with simulation upgrades to give me silicon right now. This is where my AE2 setup was originally. I will move all this in between episodes again. It's been a few weeks since I've put out a video, so I wanted to make sure I could get a video out. This is where all my automation is. So I've got hammers making all this stuff. I've got sieves, sieving stuff, and using laser IO, I'm putting it into storage. These all have the netherite upgrades, so they're going real fast. I'm smelting up all the resources and all that. But yeah, basically this is all our resource gen. It's pretty much as upgrades it's going to get right now. But we do really pretty much have infinite of every resource. We've got this lava tank that is giving lava. We're also making stone and netherrack and endstone. And all this is hooked up to our AE network, as well as let's go ahead and go up here. So this is all our storage right now. I think having stuff in the walls is pretty cool. That way you can like see the processes. So right now I have this crafter making fluke seeds, and these, and then they're getting grown in the growth chamber. So I've got flukes crystals, and then I also have all these automated processors right now. There is one processor that I don't have yet. I think that's not even the one I was thinking of. It was okay. Maybe there's not. Well, I mean there is obviously, but I don't know if I need to have a ton of these because I don't know if I need that many machines of these. Anyway, yeah. So I've got automatic processors, automatic fluid seeds. This episode we're getting into Mekanism. We've already made steel and basic control circuits and infused alloys in the previous episodes, so I have them passively being made and currently being stored at 2,000 per each of those. If I need more, I will make more, but I don't currently need more. Then we have this crusher that's making our crushing recipes automatically. As you can see, I do have these stone trapdoors all over the place. These ones are to hide lighting, but it's just to make it look a little more simple, I guess, or clean. Although I don't like that every texture in here is stone brick, so I might change that out. And then over here, for our last thing to start off the episode, I do have a big old crafting matrix. I have space for 3 more, so if I need to, I can make more. I don't know if I'll need to or not. But yeah, basically the goal is to make everything passively that is like a basic resource. And if we get to a resource that we need a lot of, I'll make that passively too. Okay, so basically the end goal of Mekanism is this antimatter pellets, because they are used for the stuff that's used in the ATM star. So to get that is like a long process, but you basically need to get antimatter, and to get antimatter you need to turn polonium into it, and then you need to use nuclear waste, so you have a nuclear reactor. So we'll get there eventually. Maybe next episode, but I don't know. I actually don't know how much it is to do all that. So for now, we're going to go ahead and do our thermal evaporation chamber. I already have that saved, don't. So anyway, so that means what I'm going to want to do. So I'm going to want 2 of these, because I'm going to want one that turns water into brine, I think. One that turns brine into liquid lithium. Because another thing we're going to want is these ultimate induction providers, which require lithium at the base level. So, first things first, let's go ahead and get a recipe for these. And while we're at it, the thing is we don't have a recipe for the next tier up. So we'll have to set up recipes for those as well. But for now, that'll do. As you can see, lots of space for recipes. Alright, so since we don't really need to see this process, I'm just going to put it behind our mechanism stuff in this little back room. That's kind of what the back rooms are for, is the bigger machines, the multi-blocks and stuff. Let's make sure that we're going to stay in a chunk just to be safe. So, let's go ahead and do, I think it's do like a 4x4 or something like that. I don't remember specifically. I'm really just playing it by ear. Hoping I have it right. Alright, we're going to leave them at that height for now. I believe the higher you make them, the faster they can process. But, you know, for now we don't really need that. So let's get some pipes. And let's get some tanks maybe. I don't know what kind of tanks we're going to want. We might want a dynamic tank like we have in the other room for the lava. But for now, we'll just get some mechanism tanks. So, go ahead and upgrade both of these. And we don't have this stuff yet because we are going to need to set up this process. We might make that passively too, honestly, but I don't know yet. So, first off, we want to input water into this one. Can you not pull out of the top of that? Oh, that's an item pipe. Duh. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. Sink that. Let's go ahead and pull out our thing. There we go. So, based on the temperature of the biome, it'll automatically process, or it should. Or does it just not have enough heat? That is why I made these resistive heat generators, or this resistive heater. So we're going to want some energy cables, which I have running underneath the thing here. So we're going to want to power it to get more heat. We're going to want to put one here too. Okay, that one's going. Let's see. Did this make brine? Yes, so whatever level of heat we're at right now is good enough. There's no way to not make this complete spaghetti, huh? Okay. So there we have making some brine. Right? Let's see, making half a millibucket a tick. But if we increase how much power it's using, so we say 10x it. Now it's increasing the temperature more. And we're making way more brine. Just in case we want to save some brine, we can go ahead and put that there. Then this is going to make liquid lithium. We're definitely going to want to store as much of that as we can, because we're going to need a lot. Because to make one lithium dust, we need 100 millibuckets of lithium, which has to be deconcentrated from the liquid lithium we have right now. Oh, that's not what I meant to. So 10 millibuckets of brine makes one. Okay, and then it's 1 to 1. So really, it's 1 bucket of brine makes enough enough lithium for a dust. So maybe it's not as much as I thought it was, but that's fine. Let's go ahead and up these to 1,000 Wait, 1,000 FE a tick. Then we'll call that good. And then this is obviously going to backlog pretty quick. And we're using this brine as fast as we're getting it. But once this fills up, actually this is going to need to be higher, huh? Let's do 2,500. Basically, in the end, we're going to want to make 100 times as much in this as we make in the other one. Which we're currently at. Okay, so it looks like 360 is the max megabuckets per tick. So we don't need to have as much heat on this one as we have. So let's go down to 1,500. We'll see what that leaves us. Still increasing the heat. Okay, so it looks like 1,000 FE a tick is pretty much good enough to have it at max heat. It's probably a little bit overkill too, but you know, it's fine. Okay, so now our bottleneck is that pipe. So let's just go ahead and get some upgrades here for these pipes. Okay, the one bad thing about these pipes is they do not like to connect if you mess up their connections. So I'll definitely be switching over to probably Mekanism pipes soon. Is that what they're called? Yeah. So yeah, I'll be switching over to the mechanical pipes soon, hopefully. Because they're just, like, smarter. These pipes are nice, but they're a little too simple. Anyway, now we're backlogging on liquid lithium and brine, and then eventually we'll just be completely backed up. And then we won't be using any energy, I don't think. No, I guess we still use the 1,000 FE a tick as long as we even have this running at all. So let's go ahead and lower this down to see where we're at exactly 300. Okay, so now we want to start on this process. So we'll need a chemical crystallizer and a decondensator, or rotary condensator. Then we'll put it in decondensating mode. So let's go ahead and make those. Having this wireless grid, which I think I also made between episodes, super nice. And we've been missing some quests, so let's get rid of some of these real quick. So now we have all of the alloys auto-crafting here. I'm only going to keep a stack of the atomic alloy because it might be rare that we need it. If I need to, I can just come in and take out this iron downgrade, and then that'll be that. The one thing I don't like about functional storage compared to the other drawer mod, whatever it was called, is if you add upgrades, it does not upgrade this. So it's a problem because in the other one, that you could downgrade it to be only one stack, and then you could upgrade it so it would have multiple stacks, so it could still hold more than 64. But now you can't multiply this stack by 8. Just kind of annoying, but I'll deal with it. Okay, I added refined obsidian ingots to the storage. Again, only a stack because I don't think there's that much that uses it that I could tell. Of course, I can increase at any time the amount that we're storing, so not too worried about it. Oh wait. You know what? Like I said, worry about this when we get to it. So, got that stored. So now let's go ahead and actually go back to what we were doing, which was getting lithium. So, I'm going to rotary condensator it. We want to switch mode to deconcentrating. Big side is for fluid. Small side is for gas. And there we have lithium. So, fluid pipe in liquid lithium, decondensator to lithium, store it just in case. And then here we have lithium being turned into lithium dust, and there we go. Okay, So now we're going to try to get these HDPE sheets, which take HDPE pellets. We're going to do it in the enrichment chamber because it's cheaper. And so we're going to need a pressurized reaction chamber to get substrate into HDPE pellets, which will need ethylene and oxygen. To get ethylene, actually it's not liquid ethylene, it's the... Is it liquid ethylene? Okay, I guess it is liquid ethylene. Anyway, we have to concentrate ethylene, which we get from pressurized reaction chambering biofuel, which I'm currently making right here. So let's see. Oh yeah, so by adding water and hydrogen to biofuel, we get the substrate and the ethylene, which we then use to make the HDPE pellets. Technically, you could make substrate like this, but the only way to get ethylene is through this process, so we might as well do that, and then just void any excess ethylene we get. That way we can have as many HDPE pellets and thus HDPE sheets that we need. To get the oxygen and the hydrogen that's required somewhere else, you do need to electrolytic separate water. It makes hydrogen and oxygen. We'll probably do 2 of these, 1 for hydrogen, 1 for oxygen, because it gets a little weird if you don't do it that way. Okay, so the electrolytic separator will separate water from the input in the front to hydrogen from the left and oxygen to the right. So we want hydrogen in this first one. Let's go ahead and put that there. We can put a sink in front of that. I think it should auto import. Output 1, checked on. I don't know if it will actually import automatically. So we'll just go ahead and put a pipe there from Mekanism. And then we'll use our configurator to configure it. That's not what I want to do at all. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and dump excess oxygen so it never fills up on oxygen. This is filling up with hydrogen. And we also need it to fill up with water, I think. Yes. So we'll need another sink. I also want to make sure these are connected to power. And I also want to muffle that. So let's go ahead and look up Mekanism. Boom. There we go. Mekanism does have muffling upgrades, but I prefer to just muffle it with the sound muffler mod. And I kind of am running out of sides to put stuff into. But I think I have just enough, albeit it will be messy. So we'll go ahead and turn this to be a different... Well, I don't know if we even need to backstuff the substrate. Doesn't look like we really need to, so I'm not going to backstuff it. So what we will do is we'll pipe in from the top some water. Okay, so we're taking the ethylene, we're storing it in this chemical tank, we're dumping any excess just in case we get too much. Then we're concentrating it into liquid ethylene. Then we're adding that with oxygen and the substrate that we're making over there, and getting HDPE pellets. That doesn't have a fluid output or a gas output, so we're good there. And I'm going to store the HDPE pellets in a drawer because they are technically used for these HDPE rods, which are used for some, not really much at all, honestly. I bet we could get away with not making any of these at all. So maybe I'll put a downgrade in this, actually, because that'll just make it so we're not over storing stuff. Did that just void all those? I mean, that's fine, but like, I didn't know it did that. Anyway, then we'll take our item pipes and we'll pipe it into our final machine, which is going to be an enrichment chamber. We'll go ahead and give that some upgrades as well. I've just been fully upgrading everything. I don't think I need to, but it is what it is. All right, and then we have HDPE sheets, which don't know how many of these we'll need either. Honestly, we'll just do another downgraded drawer. Then we'll go ahead and output to that side, eject on. And we'll go ahead and configure that to lock. Then we'll go ahead and link both of these to the drawer network. So we have access to those when we need them, or when we want to craft them. And that's HDPE pellets done. It's actually pretty simple. It's a little messy, but we did only use one of the sinks we got. I don't even need this biofuel. Let's see what else we trash. We can go and sort our inventory a little bit. I don't know where to put this stuff. Sink could go in here as well. These can all go in here. All right. So, got HDPE sheets. Still curious to see how much more we have to do on the path to these antimatter pellets. We need polonium, which comes from solar neutron activator, which is one of the uses of HDPE sheets. Which comes from nuclear waste, which comes from nuclear reactor. So I got to figure out how to use a nuclear reactor so we can start getting our antimatter pellets quickly, or at least start getting them now, so they're hopefully at a level that we need them at when we start making the ATM star and stuff like that. Is there anything else they're used for? I mean, a little bit of stuff, but like not much I'm gonna probably need them for, so it's probably fine. Just need one of these per antimatter. So it's a different kind of antimatter, huh? Anyway, you're going to need one of these per ATM star, and I think one of these per ATM star. So that's really only 2 antimatter per ATM star, and I only need like, I don't know how many. 2, 3. I don't know. A bunch, obviously, but like not actually that much to end the thing. So if we can get like a stack or 2 maybe of antimatter pellets, we should be good. So that'll be what I aim for next episode, I think.